doing the tutorial, I was thinking, oh, I really want to do this art project with them, so we can do it together. So first, how are you? Good. It's good to see you. I'm excited to do art with you today. I feel like it's been a while since I've done one of these. So for this project, you're going to need this piece of paper. You're going to need 2 pieces of construction paper. You have blue and purple in your bag, but you also have plain white construction paper in your bag as well. So I'm going to choose to do one on purple and one on white, mostly because I'm curious about what it's going to look, how it's going to look different and how it's going to look similar on 2 different shades of paper. You will need water for your paintbrush if you want to wash it off. You'll need paint, any colors you have on hand or want, a pair of scissors, water if you get thirsty, and a paintbrush or paintbrushes, totally up to you. You can also, if you don't want to do splatter art with a paintbrush, you can do it with a balloon. You could balloon stamp it, you can finger paint it if finger painting is okay with mom and dad. So there's lots of different ways to do this art project. I don't want moms to be scared of the term splatter because it can be modified. I'm going to be doing splatter because that's how I wrote it up, and I want to show you guys the different techniques. Well, there's 2 different techniques that you can use, but you can absolutely do it any way you want to. Okay, are you ready to get started? Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, take your scissors, and you're going to leave this paper folded in half and cut along this line. I try to make the lines thick so that it was easier to follow. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. And when you're done with this, save everything that you just cut. There's no trash. We're going to be using the heart, and we're going to be using the paper that we cut the heart from. Okay, so don't throw anything away. Okay, let's cut. How are your cutting muscles doing? Amazing, good job. You've been practicing. And negative and positive space art is a really interesting concept, and I'm excited to share it with you. When we look at a painting or a picture, the very first thing that we see is, or the subject of the painting, say you look at a painting of a dog playing frisbee, right? The first thing that you're going to notice when you look at the painting is the dog that's playing with a frisbee, right? You're not going to notice the tree in the background or the grass in the background because it's the background, right? So the background is the negative space in art. And the subject, the thing that grabs our attention and the thing that we look at is the positive spaced art. So, what do you think this is? What's your guess? Yes, it's positive spaced art. This is going to be the focal point. That's going to be what we look at when we look at your art. Okay? Just go ahead and finish up. And I know usually you cut something out, right? And you want to automatically throw it away because it's trash. Not today. Do you see that? See the shape? It still has the shape in the center, but we've cut out the background of the heart. So what do you think that is? Do you think it's negative or positive space? It's negative space, yes, because it's the background. It's not the focal point. It's not the first thing we're going to look at. We're going to look at the shape of the heart, but the heart's not really there, right? The only reason why we even know it's a painting with a heart is because of the background outline. I know it's kind of complicated. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to do, okay, you done cutting? If you need more time, just pause the video. Okay. I'm gonna take the negative space. first, and I'm going to put it on a piece of construction paper. So you can use absolutely any color that you have on hand, any color that you have on hand. And what I'm going to do, so I'm out of glue right now, except for this. So I'm going to use what I have on hand because that's what we do, right? Just find another way. If we don't have exactly what we need, sometimes there's options. So this is called adhesive spray, and we'll see how good it works. It usually works pretty good. I got this at the Dollar Tree. Yeah, so if it works good, it might be something you want, but maybe not. And if you have a glue stick or you have white glue, you're just going to put it all along this background, okay? So take your piece of paper and put it to the side, and take your glue and put it all around the background. Okay. And you don't want to use a whole lot of glue, you just want enough glue that it's going to stay in one place while you paint. And actually, I'm going to show you splatter, but I'm going to show you some other techniques as well. Okay. And then if you're using white glue and it comes up, just wipe it off. That was the other thing we need. Some sort of paper towel, napkin, something like that. You just wipe it off. Okay, so I have my glue, my background of my heart glued to my piece of construction paper. Now I am going to take one of my colors and I'm going to start splattering. Now remember, if you're splattering, you want to make sure you have an apron on, or you're outside, or you have your table covered with plastic. Okay. So you can do this technique with splattering. If you're doing that and the paint's going in your face or near your eye or near your brother or sister that's sitting next to you, then you want to do the different technique for that, which is put it in your other hand. So if you write with your left hand, put it in your opposite hand. If you're right-handed, put it in your left hand. If you need help, ask mom and dad which one's which. Okay. Okay, so hold it in your opposite hand that you write with. Take the hand that you write with and gently do this. Just slap it. If it hurts, then it's too hard. It's not supposed to hurt. But it's a good way to keep the splatter from going just mainly in one direction, as opposed to coming back at your face. Another. This paint is a little thick, so I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Oh yeah. Okay, so if you are using paint and you're having a hard time getting it to splatter, add a tiny, or have mom or dad add a tiny bit of water to it. Okay. And keep splattering. I'm going to do something different now, okay? You know that up and down movement that we do for making flowers when we did Mother's Day? No, that wasn't for Mother's Day. That was going to be for something else. But this up and down, blop, 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 blop movement, I really like it. We can make clouds like this. We can make flowers like this. And I want to tell you the absolute most important part of what you're doing right now with your art is making sure you are getting... Do you hear that little girl screaming in the background? I promise she's okay. She's just playing. You want to make sure you get this line covered so we can see the shape of the heart once we peel this off, okay? So go ahead and fill in your heart however you want to. If you want to do brush strokes, just stroke with this, do it like that, back and forth, up and down, however you want to do it. It's going to look beautiful. just want to see something. You keep going, okay? That did not work.